I've been sitting here waiting on the net. So, what's the answer to the trivia question?
You'll have to stick around to find out. I'm not going to slip that easily. KAVYT, maybe PMO. I'll catch you in a little bit.
This is KD8SLG, KD8VYT. The burning question I have is, how much is AMX paying you extra every month so that he can win the 50-50? Inquiring minds want to know.
He's not paying me, but he does put in a few tickets. He won the last 3 months in a row. Kind of excited about this month. So, no, I make nothing on it all. I was just watching a guy on a bike going up the street. Yeah, I don't make anything on that, unfortunately. They watch me like a hawk. KD8VYT.
I know, he buys a bunch of tickets. He increases his odds dramatically. All right, man. It's good talking to you there, Russ, and you sound really good tonight. No noise or popcorn with you at all. KD8SLG, I'll be clear.
W8WKY.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, on the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Repeater. Welcome to the Sunday night edition of the BeaconNet. But before we start the check-ins, we always have to do the Mickey Mouse roll call, so I'll go ahead and start at the top. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo to KE8QKO. Nick, are you there?
KE8QKO, yes, Mike, I'm here. Sorry, waiting for the net to start up. So, looking forward to listening to the pre-show here, and I'll be back on in about a half an hour for the start of the night at 10 p.m. With that, I'll pass it back to you, sir, KE8QKO.
Okay, next, that sounds good. Go ahead and clear with KE8QKO. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, that's me. I know I'm good. Let's go up to Medina, KE8EBC. Mr. Squatch, are you there?
KE8QWE, this is KE8EBC, VW Bus Mobile. I'm here. I'll be back to the house by that time. KE8EBC, back to control.
Okay, I'll go ahead and clear with KD8EPC. Josh, Nick, KD8SLG, I know that you are there, buddy.
KE8QWE, KD8SLG. You sound great there, Mike, and I'll be around as long as I can, but sleep did not come easy last night, so if it comes up on me, I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'll say 73 now, all if I don't come back later. KD8SLG. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, Nick, have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and clear with KD8SLG. Andy, AB8MO, I know that you are there also. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. AB8MO is here. Dave's doing something on the repeater here, so I'll link it up here whenever it's clear. But anyway, I am here, and got an interesting trivia question inspired by the Boredom Breaker net. So that's all I'm going to say. Back she comes, AB8MO. Okay, Andy, you sound great. I mean, you're perfectly quiet. There's no noise. There's no nothing. Everything on your end is working great. Okay, I got this out of the way. If you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the BeaconNet, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, followed by your name.
Kilowatt Germany 7. Italy, Radio Japan, KG7, IRJ, Master Call.
Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra, AA8CS, Gary in Fairlawn. I'll be in and out tonight, Mike. We will talk to you soon. AA8CS.
Okay, I'll go ahead and run down who we have. We have KD8, BYT. Ross, I imagine you're going to be around for the entire net.
Are you waiting for me to say something?
Of course, Russ. What would it be like without your words of wisdom, buddy?
Well, you said you were going to run down the list, and I seem to be first on the list, so I was waiting on the next one. KD8VYT.
Okay, Russ, I'm just going to check. I would imagine you're going to be here for the entire net. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's go to Annapolis. Eddie, which is Whiskey 3 ETB. Are you going to be here for the entire net?
Yeah, Mike, I think I'll be here for most of it anyway, at least until the trivia question comes along and I get a chance to answer it. So after that, I'm not really sure. I feel tired now, just like Nick there, and I have some other work to do on the computer next to me here, so don't please sleep on me. I'm here for a while.
Okay, that sounds good. We will give you a call. If you're there, you're there. If you aren't, you aren't. If you aren't, hey, have a great night. Okay, let's go to Maslin for Paul. KG7 IRJ.
Hello, folks. I'm just glad to be back on the air after some cut-ups on my lower body. Well, I'm just happy to hear people. So Germany 7, Italy, Radio Japan. Thank you.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, just one quick question. Are you going to be here for the entire net?
I hope to hang around until the question at least. See if I have any idea what they're talking about.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll go here with KG7 IRJ. Let's go to Cleveland and talk to David. It'd be 88G.
Hey, everybody, Dave 88G here. Just playing on 147.015 up here in Newberry, and just wanted to listen to it, see how it's performing. I've written it. So, hey, 88G, but I'll be mobile for another 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, just a quick question. Are you going to be here for the entire net?
It is. I'll be in the car for another 10 or 15 minutes, and off at that point.
Okay, that's clear with EG. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. On the Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee repeater. I am doing early check-ins for the net tonight. If you'd like to get on, please come with your call line. Along with your name, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Quebec Romeo, Keith in Uniontown, KE8 TQR.
Kilo Charlie 5, Bravo Golf, KC5, RBG, Shannon in Tulsa.
For you, see chocolate, Florida. Put me in and out.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf, KC5, RBG, Shannon in Tulsa.
Okay, let's see. Looks like they got Chuck. Okay, let's move on.
Kilo 8 Bravo Hotel Quebec, KE8 BHQ. This is Ben coming out of Strasburg, Ohio. W8WKY.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go through who I have right now. I have KE8 TQR. I have Keith in Uniontown. Hello, and are you going to be here for the entire net?
KE8TQR. Yeah, I'm going to be sticking around for a while, probably long enough to play the trivia question. I don't know how much longer I'll be after that, but I'll be here for a bit. KE8TQR.
Okay, Keith, that sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and clear with KE8TQR. Let's go out to Tulsa. Shannon, KC5, guns. Oh, Shannon.
Howdy from Tulsa, KC5 RB, out around for the big show. Got right now behind me, Call of Duty Cold War. He's playing zombies right now. I love zombies. Anyway, let you get on down the list there. KC5 RBG, back to net control.
Okay, Shannon, that sounds good. Going to go ahead and clear with KC5, real big guns. Okay, we had Chuck in Florida, and he was going to be in and out. Okay, let's go to Strasburg and talk to Ben. KE8 BHQ. Hello.
KE8 BHQ. I'll be sticking around for the next night. I got my new antenna up and ready to go, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Ben, that sounds good. You are sounding good. There's just a little bit of noise, but you're fully copyable, so it seems like your antenna is working fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clear with KE8 BHQ. Let's go to Tulsa. K5CFY, Ray. Hello. K5CFY. Okay, I would imagine Ray is still on his net. So, in any event, if you would like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, Eric in Strongsville.
Okay, Eric, KE8VZA, I imagine you're going to be here for the entire net.
KD8QWE, this is KE8VZA. Hi, Mike, how are you? Doing well here? Yes, I will be here for the whole net. Back to you, Mike.
Oh, I am doing great. I've been gone most of the weekend. Well, I left Friday night and got home this morning around 11 o'clock, and then I went and played music with some friends. I got home and I was dragging, so I said, man, I'm going to have to take a nap before I do this, or nothing's going to happen. So in any event, I'm going to go ahead and clear with Eric and welcome aboard. Okay, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, and the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Repeater. If you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the Beacon Net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a quiet night. It might be, too, that the repeater out in Tulsa may not be up and going yet. So, in any event, if you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name. Okay, well, So far, we have 16 on our list, and I'm sure that we will be getting more. I just hope everybody's had a great weekend. I know that I did. Tired, but I am good. If you'd like to join us tonight, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Let's see here. WBAGKV. Jackie, and I'm kind of doing things, so it was a little hard, but I'm upstairs. But anyway, we're checking in as best as we can. WBAGKV.
Okay, let's go see what Ed's up to. Whiskey Bravo 8 GKV. Ed, I would imagine you're going to join us for the entire net. Over.
You go. Yeah, I just got out of the shower, so I don't even know what time it is, but I had a radio upstairs, and I turned it on, and I heard a net there. So that's my story, and I'm not downstairs. I'm not dressed yet, but we're very clean. So there you go. WBAGKV.
Okay, Ed, it is 9:46, and you're number 17 on the list. So by the time we get this thing rolling and get down to you, you will be ready. And I'm glad that you took a shower. You know, we do care. So in any event, I'm going to go ahead and clear with Whiskey Bravo 8 GKV. Okay, anybody else would like to get on the Sunday night edition of it? Come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Allstar 5, Juliet Bravo, Santos, Tulsa, Oklahoma, short time.
Okay, Matt, can you come back with your call sign? It was breaking up a little bit.
Sure. It is AFIJB, Alpha Foxtrot 5, Juliet Bravo, and also short time.
Okay, Matt, well, hi. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo to AF5JB. Matt, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Came off a good weekend. Went out of town and saw a couple of friends of mine. About 50 miles to northeast, and see how they were doing. Everybody seems to be doing pretty good up there. And got back about 12:30 this morning, and had a good time yesterday as well. Got my chores done. Got my laundry done. Got my truck cleaned out a little bit, and got me some pizza, and went home and had a beer, and I went to bed. It's my Saturday night, and then I kind of just take it easy today and get ready to start a whole new week. So. Of course, right now it's mostly cloudy. The temperature is 89 degrees on a dashboard. It's mostly cloudy out here, so it's supposed to get real hot here in Oklahoma about Tuesday. So it's going to be over 100 degrees for these couple of days, and it's supposed to cool down by next weekend. So kind of up and down as far as temperatures. So I'm trying to keep cool and hydrated, doing all that. So, and everybody else do the same. Other than that, that's about all I got. Again, so it's good to hear you guys again. I haven't heard y'all a couple weeks. Good to have you back again. And 73, just to have you on, and catch y'all next time out there. Thanks for having me. And with that, this is the AFIJB Matt in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Got some rain north of town. 33 and about to take control. Thanks again, and catch y'all next time.
Okay, Matt, that sounds good. Hey, have a great night, and hey, stay cool. 100-degree days do not sound good to me. So, okay, I'll go ahead and clear with AF5JB. If you'd like to get on the net, please come with the call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
W8WKY, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, Phil and Canal Fulton, with no traffic, 73s, and everyone have a wonderful evening.
India Uniform, WD8MIU.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray, KE8, VOX, Scott.
Number 1, Bravo Charlie Foxtrot, N1BCF, Sally.
Could the N1? Okay, well, it looks like Andy got it, Sally. So that sounds good. Okay, I'll go ahead and run through. I have Whiskey Delta 8 MIU, Wade in Florida. Hello, Wade.
Hope everything's going good up there. WD8MIU, I'll stick around for the really big show.
Okay, Wade, yes, things are going fine. Okay, let's go to Vermilion, KE8VOX. Hello, Scott.
Hey, good evening, everyone. KE8VOX, and I'll be sticking around for the big show also.
Hey, Scott, that sounds good. Okay, let's go to Burton, N1BCF. Hello, Sally.
Hello, Andrew, and everybody here. Busy day. I shall not be sticking around for the big show, I don't think. I'm probably going to turn in fairly early tonight. I'm exhausted from all the gardening. I keep gardening and gardening. Hopefully I'll have something. Corn's about 12 inches high now. Woo! Maybe I'll have some by Christmas. Back to you, Andrew. Inland, BCF. Thank you.
Okay, Sally, that sounds good. Hey, I hope that your garden grows well. Hey, I've tried a garden before. To be honest with you, I find it's easier to go to the store. So, in any event, hey, have a great night and get yourself some rest. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, and the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Repeater. If you'd like to get on the Sunday night edition of the net, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo, Chris and Medina, and I'll be sticking around.
KC8 Fox Queen Victor Mark KC8FQV.
Okay, KD8HCE. Hello, Chris, and welcome to the net.
Thank you. I'll be sticking around. KD2HCE back to net.
Okay, Chris, that sounds good. Go ahead and clear with KD2HCE. Let's go talk to Mark in Aurora. KC8FQV. Hello, Mark, and I can almost guarantee you're going to be here for the entire net. Over.
Yep, I'm going to be here. I almost was threatening to go back to the pool, but I said, nah, I'm done. We'll go in. So, we're over at my brother's. So I was swimming for the last hour or two. Yeah, I seen some Shard and Polka band from Salem. They were streaming on Facebook. And we're over to my mother's birthday today. They're playing Canassa still. So I figured, hey, I'll go swimming for a while. The kids were swimming earlier. Yeah, we all were over at my brother's today. So it was a good time. So, yeah, we'll stay around. So I'll send it back to net, KCFQV. There's so many things I could have done today and yesterday. Yeah, Hamfest, that thing out Lake Milton. I could have gone to Pennsylvania to Kennywood too, but we chose not that one. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Okay, Mark, that sounds good. Sounds like you've had a good night. Yeah, I've seen the Shard and Polka band many times. I can't say I'm a real polka fan, but those folks take it to a whole new level. So, okay, I'll go ahead and clear with KC8FQV. I got time for a few more. If you'd like to join our net, please come with the call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, Phil in Canal Fulton.
Okay, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hey, Phil. Hello, I have you on the list, and you're going to be in and out. Is that correct?
Hey, Jim, I'm sorry I didn't mean to recheck here, but I just wanted to make sure that you had me down as a check-in. I'm still in convalescence mode, and I'll be steaming along with the gang here in another week or so down the road. Thank you, and have a good night.
Okay, Phil, I want you to go ahead and get some rest, get yourself feeling better. I know it takes a while to get healed up from stuff. The older I get, the worse it gets. So I'll go ahead and clear with Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Okay, I got time for a couple more. Oh, if you want to get on our net, please come with us. The call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
W8WKY.
Okay, well, the machine has been ID'd. If you'd like to join us for the Sunday night edition of the BeaconNet, please come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please. Okay, well, it's been a quiet night, but I think that'll change. I have a hunch that the repeater out in Oklahoma hasn't been switched over to us yet. So I'll take one more call. If you want to join us, come with your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name, please.
Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Oscar Yankee KEAQOY, Joe in Austintown, or Youngstown rather, and I'll be sticking with.
Okay, Joe, and your call sign was KE8QOY?
Roger.
Gary in Folsom, California.
Okay, Gary, what is your call sign? Okay, the last call, and his name is Gary, but I need a call sign, please.
Yeah, it's Kilo Golf 6, Sierra Mike X-Ray, KG6, SMX.
Okay, I got KC6 SMX. Are you going to be here for the entire net? Over.
I'll try, and it's Kilo Golf 6, Sierra Mike X-Ray.
Okay, Gary, that sounds good. Welcome to our net. Well, my shift is up. I'd like to thank everybody. We've had incredibly orderly check-ins tonight, which makes my job and Andy, our logger's job, incredibly easy. So I'll go ahead and pass this over to Nick at Nite. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, to KE8 QKO.
Thank you, Mike. Fine business on the pre-show. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is K8QKO, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WAWKY repeater 147 Mark 3, and I know positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. This is direct net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in various other repeaters, so we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there, so stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KEYTY, Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Papa Yankee. Henry, head to Ohio. I'll be in and out.
Net control. Here is Kilo, Lima, 7, Foxtrot, Romeo, Mike and Willow, Alaska, KL7, falling rain.
KI5, TAQ, in the state of confusion.
W2, JLS, John in Fairlawn.
All right, had a nice orderly list there. Thank you very much. That's how we like to do it here on the Beacon Net. All right, first we had K8YPY. Did I say that right? YPY, Henry, who checked it in and out. We had KL7 Frozen Radio, our good friend from Willow, Alaska, Mike. We had KI5TAQ Tim, and we had W2JLS John. Oh, and we also have KI5DAY Alan checking in for the blue screen. There's going to be also an alternate trivia question tonight, so we'll get to that here in a moment. First, we're going to go up to Aviate-MO, Andy, with our trivia question for the evening. Andy, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Let me try. I got too many things on. Henry, YPY, if you got an email address, look me up on QRZ, send me an email, because I want to ask you something. So I know you said you were checking in and out, so I wanted to catch you before you left. Okay. And Dave 88G was mobile. He may or may not be there, so you might want to give him a holler there. I've lit him up there. All righty. Got logistics out of the way. On to the trivia question. This was inspired by a conversation we were having on the Boredom Breaker net, and I've been thinking of asking this for a while anyway. Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? Again, approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? And as a bonus, what is your dominant hand? I'll keep track. Is it 60, 70, 80, or 90%? A, B, C, or D, respectively? Back to net. This is AB8MO.
Thank you, Andy. That is a fine question. I'm going to have to think about that for a little bit. All right, we have an alternate question this evening from KF5DAY. Alan, go ahead and take away the alternate question for us.
Hey, good evening there, Nick. Good night. Good to hear you and everybody else, and Andy and the rest of the gang there. Tonight's alternate trivia question brought to you by Kellogg's Frosted Cornflakes. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, which musical artist actually had blonde hair, but he dyed it black, and he even used shoe polish to touch up his hair before performances? Was it A, Elvis Presley, B, Roy Orbison, Pretty Woman, C, Alice Cooper, or D, the cousin of Colonel Cornwaldo Bean, Bruce Springwaldo Bean? So again, which musical artist used dyed his hair black because he was actually a blonde? Was it A, Elvis Presley, B, Roy Orbison, C, Alice Cooper, or D, Bruce Springwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, Alan, thank you for that. Another fine alternate question there, and definitely have to think about that one again myself and see how it goes. All right, so before we start up, we're going to have a short time station here, which is 88G. Dave, if you're out there and you want to get back with us, please call now.
W8WKY.
Alpha Delta, oh man, I can't talk tonight. Alpha Delta 8 Golf, this is KEQKO on the WWKY repeater. If you're out there and you want to get back with the Beacon Net, please go ahead and call now.
Disconnected my local node. I was out of the vehicle for a little bit, though, so I didn't hear part of the net. ADHE.
All right, sir. If you're connected via node, maybe you want to hold your microphone, hold your transmit button down a couple extra seconds before you start transmitting, because we only caught about half of what you had to say. If you want to go ahead and repeat.
My apologies for that. I was on via 147.015 before, jumped out of the vehicle
jumped back on here from my home node, so missed part of the net, but just in to listen. ADHE.
All right, copy that, sir. Glad to hear you on the net. And if you want to recheck or anything, just let us know. We're happy to take additional comments. And before I start here, I'm going to say this is KEAQKO and the WWKY repeater, where I'm going to run through our list of check-ins for the Beacon Net this evening. And the top of my list today is KD8VYT, the master of food. Russ, go ahead and take it away.
I'm the master of a lot of things, and I like fishing. Anyway, it's 90%, and I'm right-handed, and Alice Cooper. So that's all I got to say. KD8VYT.
All right, thank you, Russ. Got you down there for, let's see, Delta and Alice Cooper was, let me look at my list here, Charlie, and you're right-handed. So I appreciate that. And next we go down to W3ETB. Eddie, how you doing tonight, Eddie? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Yeah, hi, Nick. Yeah, I'm doing okay here this evening, and just listening in and trying to catch all the great answers. And as far as the main trivia question, I'm going to go ahead and say B, because I would think that at least 30% of the people are probably left-handed, and maybe 70% are right-handed. I get more people right-handed than I would say left-handed. You know, we're kind of an odd bunch, you know. But then when you think about it, I mean, you know, half of us think with the right side of our brain, and the other half think with the left side of the brain. So that would be more close to, you know, 50-50 maybe. But I think there is a lot more right-handed people than there are left-handed people. And I think I've already said that I'm left-handed, so that's my answer there for B. And I'll go also with B for the trivia question, and think that maybe Roy might have dyed his hair. So I'll go ahead and say 73 now, because I'll probably be asleep by the time you get back around for another round. This is W3TB 73, and I'll be clear.
All right, thank you, Eddie. We got you down there for Bravo and being left-handed. And next we have KG7IRJ. Paul, how you doing tonight, Paul? What traffic do you have for the net this evening? Kilo Golf 7, India Romeo Juliet. This is KEAQKO and the WWKR repeater. If you have comments for the Beacon Net, please go ahead and come back with them. All right, nothing heard there. I put Paul down on my get back to list. I'll try to reach out to him here later on to see if he's maybe back to back on his radio. Perhaps he has to step away. We had two in and out check-ins next. We had ADAGS Gary, who checked in and out. We had ADAG Dave, who checked in and out. Next we go down to KE8 TQR Keith. How you doing tonight, Keith? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
KE8QKO. Did I get that right? QKO. Yeah, I got it right. I had to look at my list. Sorry. This is KE8TQR. Good evening, Nick, and good evening, everyone else here on the net tonight. Good to hear everybody. I had a pretty good weekend. Did a few things around the house, but today I went over to a friend's house who he does a better soldering job than I do with small connectors. Well, any connector actually. I'll be truthful, and he did a fine job for me putting connectors on the end of a short cable for my test cable for my rotor and controller. I got back to the house and hooked it up, and the rotor does work, so I am happy about that. So it has been sitting around for about 25 years. I'm still thinking about sending it out before I put it 50 feet in the air, because I know it will fail at the coldest part of the winter. That's what it usually does, I'm sure. That's what I've been told. And I don't want to climb a tower at zero. So that's that. Anyway, trivia questions. Okay, main trivia question. I'm going to go with D for Delta. And the bonus question is, what is my dominant hand? That would be my right one. And the secondary trivia question, I'm going to go with, I think it was B. Was that Roy Orbison? I believe it was B, so for Bravo. So that's what I'm going with on that. But anyway, I'll send this back to you, Nick, at Net Control, and say good evening to everyone. Everyone have a great week, hopefully. And we'll talk to you all later. KE8TQR saying 73, everyone.
All right, Keith, thank you very much there. We got you down for Delta, being right-handed, and I believe your alternate answer was Bravo. And if I got that wrong, you can recheck to me, but I believe that's correct. And with that, we're going to go down to KC5 RBG. Shannon, how you doing tonight, Shannon? What traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Howdy, howdy, KC5, Real Big Guns, here with Kenyon, and he's wanting to say hi. So KC5 RBG with third-party traffic. This is Nick at Night.
Hi, Nick at Night.
There's Mr. Kenyon. He's playing some Call of Duty. Looks like he's playing zombies. And having a good time. We last 2 nights we stayed up till morning. To him, morning is after midnight. But last night he stayed up to about 2:30 in the morning, so I didn't get to sleep till about 5:30 in the morning. So needless to say, we got up a little bit late today. Been kind of just goofing off, playing games. And then we went over to my ex-wife's and took her out for dinner, get her out of the house. And then when we got back, she needed her refrigerator cleaned out because back when we had the power outage, you know, everybody's fridges died and everything, you know, spoiled. So we cleaned that out for her because, you know, she had a stroke. She's in a wheelchair, so we did that for her and got that going and had a good time over there. Kenyon got to do some coloring and stuff. It was a good time. And now we're back home just sitting back and relaxing, enjoying the night, as I hope everyone else is as well. I'll let you get on down the list there. Of course, my answer for the trivia question is going to be the great state of Oklahoma. And for the alternate, it's probably Alice Cooper, but, you know, it's going to be the great state of Oklahoma, too. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns, saying God bless, and 73, back to Net Control.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much there. Got you down for the great state of Oklahoma for both of your answers, which is your usual, so we'll take it. And I'm glad you had a lot of fun with Kenyon today. That sounds like you had a blast. And it's nice that you're able to spend so much time with your grandson. I think it seems like a really good relationship and a really good friendship that you have there. So I hope it lasts for a very long time. Next, we go down to K8BHQ Ben. How you doing tonight, Ben? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
K8BHQ poker today, ate for dinner, and mostly just played around, or stayed home and played around on radio and PlayStation. So it's been a nice, relaxing day. The first trivia question, I heard the question, but I can't really remember what the answer options are. Can I get those repeated?
Yeah, let's go ahead and repeat both questions real quick for everybody on the net, just in case anybody missed it. ABNMO, Andy, can you reread the main trivia question this evening?
All right, but I want to bump and pay there, Nick. And I guess I'll repost it on the blue screen while I'm at it. Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? And as a bonus, what is your dominant hand? Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed, and what is your dominant hand? Your choices are 60, 70, 80, or 90%. 60, 70, 80, or 90%. That's A, B, C, or D, respectively. After that, this is AB in a boat.
All right, Andy, thank you for that. And I'll tell you what, you do such a great job with those trivia questions. Why don't you take your current pay and just add 6% to it, and we'll call that even. Next, we're going to go over to Alan, KI5DAY, to get our alternate question reread. You know, before I do that, I'm going to say I don't really like calling it the alternate question, even though I do, because when we have Alan and Andy in here giving quick questions out, they're both really awesome. And when I say alternate, it makes it sound like it's second class, but it's certainly not. They both do such a great job on trivia. I just want to toss it out there and say thanks. But let's go up next to Alan, KI5DAY, to get the alternative second. Equally awesome question? I don't know. We'll go with whatever I can figure out or say.
KI5DAY in the net. Well, thanks, Nick. Appreciate the flowers for Andy and myself. And yeah, it's started off as a joke, the alternate trivia question. I just did that one night being silly, and it turned into something somehow, especially when Colonel Cornwaldo Bean came to be part of it. That's another story for another night. But anyways, tonight's alternate trivia question. Oh, by the way, for the main question, in case y'all missed it, my answer is D, 90% and right hand dominant. Let me let this drop, and I will give the alternate trivia question. All right, tonight's alternate trivia question is, which musical artist actually had blonde hair but dyed it black, and even used shoe polish to touch up his hair before his performances, often was the case? So was it A, Elvis Presley, B, Roy Orbison, that's kind of fun to say, Roy Orbison, C, Alice Cooper, or D, Bruce Springwaldo Bean, cousin of Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Thank you, Andy. And we'll go back up to K8BHQ, Ben, and see what his answer is for both trivia questions.
Percent for the first one, and I am going to go with D for Alex. All I got, so I'll give it back to net control.
All right, Ben, here's what I've got. That last transmission was really, really staticky. I did not catch your primary question, but I did catch Charlie for the alternate question. So we have Charlie for the alternate, but can you come back with your main trivia question answer again, the right versus left-handed one?
For the main trivia question, my answer will be D, Delta, for 90%, and I'm right-handed myself.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. Got you in there. We got you in there for Delta for the primary question and also being right-handed, and we got you in there for Charlie for the alternate question. So we got both those in there. And before I went to Ben, I forgot to mention that WB4AIZ, Chuck, who was in and out. And next we go down to K5CFY, Ray. How you doing tonight, Ray? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
KE8QKO, this is K5CFY. I'd like to thank the Beacon crew, Mike and Dustin and Nick and Andy. Great job you guys do putting on the Beacon Net every Wednesday and Sunday night. We all look forward to listening and getting on it. But anyway, let's see. My answer is going to be D, Delta for the first one, and Charlie for the second one there. Again, thanks for letting me in here, and 73, everybody. We'll be listening. K5CFY.
All right, Ray. Touching on it for Delta and Charlie. Any more guessing that you won't say that maybe you're ambidextrous and you have that unique skill. But who knows? Mysteries will they'll pursue us, I guess. I don't know words. Anyway, next we go to K8VZA, Eric. How you doing tonight, Eric? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
KE8QKO in the net. This is KE8VZA. Hello, Nick at Night. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well and had a good weekend. We got two fun trivia questions tonight. And I'm going to go with Charlie for the main trivia question, and I am right-hand dominant. Alternate trivia question, going to go with Bravo, the Royster. And this Saturday we had our Norris Ham Fest, and it was good. Not as big of a turnout as the Winter Ham Fest, but was still good. Got some eyeball QSOs in, met some new hams. It was great. Loved it. Got some yard work done today, and that's about all I've got. Everyone have a great beginning of the week, and thanks, Nick at Night, Mike, Andy, and the crew for running the net again. 73 all, I'll be listening out to the end. KE8, DZA, back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Eric. Got another for Charlie, being right-handed, and Bravo is the alternate question. And next we go down to WB8GKV. Ed, how you doing tonight, Ed? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Oh, let's see. I hope I'm making it in. I'm on the link here. I know I made it the last time, but I did have the amp on upstairs. But I assume it's where it usually works. Anyway, what was I going to say? The trivia, I guess the main one would be D, 90%. And the other question, the alternative, is ABC. I think that was C. I can't think of his name now, but that crazy fella, the name of him, I can't think of, was definitely shoe polish, I figured. And I think he was a C, the name I want. So there on the other question. What else was there in here that I wanted to say? Oh, right-handed, yeah. I guess I'm right-handed, but I got a little bit confused about this right-handed business. I play the piano, and I use both hands. When I played the bass, I used the left hand for all the notes, and the right hand was picking. So to me, I was left-handed on the bass. On the piano, I was both hands. And I originally wrote with my left hand, I guess, 4. And it wasn't too good. No, left-handed wasn't too good. And I was the left-handed. I use both, and it teacher said, now wait is it right or is it left? Is it right or is it left? So I didn't know what to say, and I said, well, let's make it right. So I guess I'm right-handed. But I didn't know which one it was. That is in the 4th grade. I hope this all went through. WBAGKV.
All right, thank you, Ed. You were sounding pretty good there at the beginning. You started breaking up there further on, but we got your answers down as Delta, being right-handed, and Charlie for Alice Cooper. And I'd say if you were confused as far as being right-handed, the question would be like, what do you write with, as in with when you actually pick up a pencil, and what do you eat with? If they're both pretty much the same hand, then that's probably your dominant hand. That's what you got you down for there. And next we had 2 in-and-out check-ins. We had AF5JV, Matt, and we had WV3K Phil. And next we are down to WD8MIU Wade. How you doing tonight, Wade? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Righty. Very good, Nick. Good hearing you on the air, Andy and Mike and everybody. WD8MIU, Seminole, Florida. Well, first off, I'm going to go with 90%. I think that was D for David, but 90%. And I am right-handed, but anything my brother taught me, I'm left-handed. My brother was left-handed. Taught me how to throw a baseball, how to throw a football, and I even bowl left-handed. But I was born right-handed, so that takes care of that. Also, Elvis Presley, I think I was A. Elvis Presley's the man. He was actually born with blonde hair. Other than that, everybody have a great day. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'll turn it back over to you, Nick, and thanks everybody for your time doing the Beacon Net. And 7-3 to help you listening out. WD8MIU.
All right, thank you there, Wade. We got you down for Delta, being right-handed, and Elvis Presley, the first Elvis Presley guest for the evening. Oh, I should probably identify the station as well. This is KEQKO on the WWQI repeater. I'm taking check-ins, or not taking check-ins, running through check-ins for the Beacon Net this evening. And so after Wade, we're going to go down to K8VOX Scott. How you doing tonight, Scott? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
This is K8VOX, and good evening, everyone. The only thing I got to say is I hate HOAs. The answer to the trivia is, for me, is going to be D, and I'm right-handed. And for alternate trivia, I'm going to go with A. And that's all I got. KE8VOX, sending back to the net.
All right, Scott, we have you down for Bravo, being right-handed, and another vote for Elvis Presley. So we're going to see how this turns out. If we get a few more there, we can have like a 3-way tie. I'll tell you this as well. I think HOAs are. I get kind of what they're going for sometimes, but yeah, I'm not a big fan. And I always got to be up in your area this weekend, so for whatever that's worth, I did some camping up at East Bay State Park, East Harbor State Park. So I got to be up in your area this weekend. Lots of rain up there. Lots of freaking rain. I was wet the whole weekend. But nice to hear from you there, Scott. And next we had N1BCF Sally, who was in and out. And we are down to KD2HCE Chris. What traffic do you have for that, Chris?
KEQKO, KD2HCE. Hello, group. Hello, everybody. Hopefully your week was well. Your weekend was better. We're going to get storms again tomorrow, so I didn't even raise the tower. I laid it down this week. I put muffler clamps. See, I don't know if you remember. I think it was Tuesday or Monday. I had to lay the tower down The tri-bander, the TH3 Junior, has a crummy mount to the mast. The boom to mast mount is cheesy, so I put 2 muffler clamps on it. So my arm's still recovering. I'm sore. Not used to that. We're up to 5-flower pots to lay it down and stand it up to help me out do it by myself. It's pretty heavy at this point. Trivia questions. I was a born lefty. And back in the 60s when I was born, like I said in the blue screen, every time I reached for a writing instrument or whatever, I reached with my left hand. But being at that time, it was removed from my left hand and put in my right hand. So I'm a righty. I write with my right hand. But when I play softball or anything like that back in the day, I would bat lefty. I would kick lefty. When I played soccer, I was left inside forward on our high school team. I was lefty, so that's where that was. But to get back to what it is, because of the prejudice against lefties, I would say it's 90% because I was prejudiced against. But at this point, I'm ambidextrous. I can sign my name legibly lefty, even though I don't do it often. I can still do it. So, yeah, I would say 90% for the first. Ambidextrous, so I'm naturally lefty, but I am ambidextrous, so that's kind of an alternate answer. And for the alternate trivia question, my mom went to Graceland, so I have that answer. We're going to go with Elvis. So with that, KD2HCE is back to net.
All right, thank you there, Chris. We got you down there for Delta, being ambidextrous, and Alpha for your alternate answer. Next, we get on to KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? What traffic do you have for the net this evening?
All right, KCFQ. Well, first I'll say 90%. And on the other one, I don't know. I'll say probably A. I'll try A. Don't know anything else. Well, everything else is going good. Yeah, went over my brother's. We did my mother's birthday today over there, and then we swam. My sister was up, and her 2 kids were up. We all were swimming, and it was a good day. Watched some shirt and polka band this evening from Facebook. I didn't even know that was going to be on. But when I was looking through Facebook on things, that popped up. I said, okay, I'll watch that. Maybe I won't. We watched it Thursday. They were out at Aurora. So I was looking back through Facebook, and yep, someone did take a couple pictures of them, post them on their Facebook page. So, just so, it'd be nice if we wouldn't have the criminals out there. Because some of the things on Facebook come decent, but, I get these phone calls. Spectrum, we're offering, hey, how are your Spectrum service? I get, every call is from them phone calls. And I say, well, I'll call this number back, and they hang up. Or they'll harass me and say, no, where is that? Really, Spectrum? I said, no. And since I got 2 phone lines, I got the home line and the cell phone, I'll dial it back. And sure enough, and I said, yeah, you're idiots. So, I don't know when we're going to ever run out. I think we're going to someday run out of phone numbers, or the phone system we have is going to become basically useless. It's now basically becoming useless. But, we'll say A on the Singer and 90%, and we'll send it back to net control. KCFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got you down for Delta for the main answer. we don't have your preferred hand that you use, along with alpha for your alternate answer. Thanks for all that. Anyway, or not anyway, but next we're going to go down to K8QOY, Joe. How you doing tonight, Joe? What traffic do you have for the night this evening?
How you doing, and good evening. How you doing, Nick, and good evening to you. I don't really have any traffic. My answer to the main trivia question would be D as in Delta, and I am right-handed, and I'm pretty sure that's the correct answer because I remember looking it up because my granddaughter's left-handed, and I've got a nephew who's also left-handed. And for the alternate trivia, I'm going to go A as in Alpha for Elvis. And back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Joe. We got you down for Delta, being right-handed, and Alpha. And before I move on, I think I'm going to identify to make sure I don't forget again. This is K8QKO running through check-ins on the Beacon Net. And we are now down to KG6SMX Gary. How you doing tonight, Gary? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
W8WKY repeater PL114.8.
Kilo Golf 6 Sierra Mike X-Ray Gary. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater. We are running through our check-ins to the Beacon Net. If you'd like to come back with your comments on the Beacon Net, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. I put Gary down on my talk to you later list to see if we can get back to him. And next we had K8YPY Henry, who was in and out. And we are down to good old Frozen Radio, KL7FR, Mike from Willow, Alaska. Mike, I know you've got some traffic for us tonight.
Well, hello, Nick, and hello to all the Beaconeers. Great net tonight. Here is KL7FR and wet, cloudy, and windy Willow, Alaska. I think it's 58 degrees Fahrenheit. And had power outage this morning. Wind knocked a tree on the power line somewhere, so I had 3.5, 4-hour power outage. But it's been kind of wet, cloudy all summer, but had a interesting encounter with Phil, K8TJW. Him and his wife stopped by on Friday on their way heading south during their Alaska adventure, so we got to have an eyeball QSO. That was pretty cool. That's the first traveling ham that I've met up here, so that was something new. Sounds like he lucked out. They went on a flight scene trip around Mount McKinley, Denali on Thursday, and that was a beautiful, clear, sunny day. We've only had 8 or 10 of those in the last 2 months. Usually only can see Denali about 30% of the time. I think it's been about 15% of the time this year. It's been so cloudy, but I guess that was a pretty good high point of his trip to go flight seeing up there in Talkeetna, just north of here. And they're on their way down to somewhere south of Anchorage, I believe, now, heading to the Kenai Peninsula, Seward and Homer. And sounds like they're enjoying the journey. He said he'd been traveling 5 weeks already, and there was still a lot of traveling to do, going to head down to California before heading back to Ohio. So sounds like quite the trip he's on. Anyway, it was cool to meet Phil. And I better pause for a reset before I time out. evening. And let's see, before I forget about the trivia, I will say 80% right-handed. I think that's C. I'm right-handed. And I'm guessing Alice Cooper did the hair dye and shoe polish thing, and I think that was C, so I'll say CC. Great net tonight as always. Thanks for taking my check-in. I'm glad I got in here. It might be crappy weather outside, but it's always 68 and sunny in the shack, and friendly hams to talk to, so glad to get on the Beacon net. 7-3 to all the Beaconeers. Thanks, Nick, and thanks to the entire Beacon crew. KL7 Fallen Rain, 7-3.
All right, Mike, thank you there. We got you now for Charlie, being right-handed, and Charlie. Let's hope that falling rain doesn't turn into falling snow anytime soon. You can enjoy some decent weather as long as you can up there in Alaska. Next, we go down to whatever. KI5, TAQ, Tim, or Taco Tim. How are you tonight, Tim, and what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Well, good evening to everybody on the net. This is KI5TAQ. For the first trivia question, I'm right-handed, so I'll go with whatever 90% is, which I think is D. For the second one, I'll go with Roy Orbison, whatever his answer is under there. I think that's like D. So if I wanted to joke around, I could have gone with D, but that's a joke, a joke of an answer. But anyways, not much more to add. But for those who out here on this net, sometimes jump on the border breaker nets, and as you all know, it starts off at 12 and goes to 2. So all hands are welcome to come. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Thank you there, Tim. We got it down for Delta, being right-handed, and Bravo. Next, we go down to W2JLS, John. How you doing today, John? What traffic do you have for us this evening?
KE8QKO, Nick. Let me just make sure. Am I broadcasting clearly? I made some changes here tonight.
Yes, sir, you're coming in loud and clear.
W. All right, very good. Thanks for that. Yeah, good evening, everyone on their ears. This is W2JLS. For the trivia question, I am pretty sure Elvis was a blonde, although I'm willing to bet that I didn't know him until he was later in life. Roy Orbison, he had like jet black hair by the time I saw him, and I think he was later in life, and he might have been shoe polishing his hair. I don't know what he started as, though, but I don't know if that was a distractor or if he was always dark and maybe lost his hair color and was just dyeing it black. But I'll go with Elvis on that one. The main trivia question, I'm pretty sure that's going to be 90%. The D, I think choice D. Most people are clearly right-handed in my experience. I'm right-handed. I was going to mention really quickly, I made it up to the North Fest this weekend, and that was a nice event. It was it really weren't as many vendors and such as I was hoping for, but the people that I met were great, and I ran into some folks I knew. KB8LNK of our group, Ron was there, and Stefan November 8 Whiskey Bravo was there. Clark, N8PZD was there. Got to catch up with those guys briefly, and that was good fun. And I had a great chat with this antenna wizard, the inventor of the compact antenna systems, Dr. Jack Nilsson. I've never met him before. We had a really nice conversation. So all in all, it was a good trip, and I'm glad I went. And also I will say too, the venue that those guys had up there was spectacular. They did it at I want to say it's the Lorain County Community College, but it was a big, comfortable room, and it was just really a very nice venue. It'd be nice if they were able to put more in there. They had a lot of space and really a beautiful facility. Anyway, this W2JLS back to net. Thanks for having me, Nick.
All right, thank you, John. Got you down there for Delta, being right-handed and Alpha. Yeah, I was not able to make the Northwest. I was camping with my dad this weekend. He's in town, so he wanted to go out. We went out camping and had some time like that together and had a good time. So, like I said earlier, there was a lot of rain. I think we got there Friday night, and between when it started Friday evening and when it stopped Saturday evening, we got about 4 inches of rain. Most of it on Friday evening. I was freaking drenched. But all in all, it was still a good weekend to spend time and get away from the house. To spend time with family and just do stuff. So that's it. All right, before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and identify. This is KEAQK with the WWKI repeater going through check-ins to the BeaconNet, and we are down to KI5DAY. Alan, I know we've already got your answer, but what traffic do you have for us tonight, Alan?
Forgot which radio to grab here. I switched over to RF again to the Claremore repeater. I was picking up every kind of radio around me going, this isn't it. I've got like 5 radios sitting in front of me, so that's never a good thing. But anyways, it's been an interesting night so far. So far, Mr. Elvis has the lead on the alternate trivia there. I'm kind of surprised at some of the answers. It's interesting. But I've been posting different things about the people that are in the race for the alternate trivia. It's definitely fun and interesting to hear the answers. But anyways, lovely job of tooting your horn there, Tim. That's a lovely horn you got, by the way. Mine's a little higher pitched, but the one you have sounds pretty cool. I'm going to have to check that out. I forgot to see that last time I was at your house there. So maybe you guys might be missing that next time I go over to your house. Hi. Let me let this drop. KI5DAY returning, and last week was rather hot, and I worked the evening shift at American Airlines. I'm a 737 mechanic, and it was extremely hot in the hangars last week, and we're going to have at least 2 to 3 different days of that this coming week as well, so I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to the end of the net here so I can chill like a veal and watch the TV, but this net's always a lot of fun. It's definitely my favorite to hang out on, so you guys do a great job here. Glad to be part of it, if nothing else, with the alternate trivia. So don't forget, after we give the alternate trivia questions, before you go to sleep tonight, be sure and count the sheep. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Got you down there for, you got your answer for Delta. And, counting sheep. I don't count sheep. I count chickens when I go to sleep. Or actually, before I go to sleep, I go out there and I count them. Make sure I've got all of them. Anyway, thank you, Alan. Thank you for your alternate question, and thank you for being part of the net. And next, we go down to KF580E Nickelodeon. How you doing tonight, Nick? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Good evening, y'all. This is Nick, KF580E, and what a wonderful question for a softball like me. We do think out of our right side of our brain, although my brain is a little bit distortedly connected with dyslexia. So it's a little interesting to get, to say the least, and I'm sure Sandy will probably be more than happy to tell you about that. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the bandwagon of the 80 percentile leaving 20% for lefties, 80% for righties. And we'll go ahead and go with that. As to the alternate trivia question, we didn't hear it because we got in so late. I totally was listening to a police scanner, and all of a sudden I started hearing the net, and I was trying to figure out how is that coming through this police scanner, and then finally my brain woke up. Of course, like I said, it's a little twisted. That Sandy was playing with her stuff, and so made me realize. Nonetheless, it's all good. We are getting ready, and I think that'll go ahead and be it for me. I'll go ahead and turn it back to net control. So y'all have a good evening. We'll listen for the alternate trivia question if it gets to be reread. We'll go from there, and maybe I'll answer to those via the blue screen one way or the other. But I hope you've got everything. KF5AD, back to net control.
All right. Thank you there, Nick. We got you down for Charlie for your main answer, and you're a southpaw, so you're left-handed. And we'll let you keep it out there. Well, if we reread the question, you can come back to us and recheck if you want to answer the alternate question. And next we go down to KG5SYC. Miss Sandy, how you doing tonight, Sandy? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
This is KG5SYC, and well, don't have a whole lot going on. Sit there and unfortunately have another sty going on, and so didn't go to church this morning because my eye was all swelled up, and so I've been pampering it throughout the day, and just been sitting around doing absolutely nothing, and playing games on my iPad, and watching a TV show or two, and the day is done. And I turned on the net and it threw Nick off completely. She said she thought it was in the police scanner, and he was one trying to figure out how the beacon net was coming through the scanner. So until he realized that I had the net on my iPad listening to you guys. But I didn't get in time, so I'm going to ask you to read both questions so that I can answer. This is KG5SYC, and I'm waiting for the questions to be read.
All right, perfect timing there, Sandy. I had a feeling the questions would get reread. I know that they're read pretty close together, so I figured, you know what? They'll probably get read again, and when they do, we'll get back up to Nick and get his answer. And for anybody listening that's waiting to check in, this is your chance to listen to the question before you check in. So if you're out there listening, listen up good. Let's go up to Andy, ABNMO, to get the answer, our main question reread for us. Andy, take it away.
W8WKY.
All right. Let's see how this radio's working. I know it sounds crappy. I got to change the microphone element, but I think everything else is working on it. It's an old FT1500M. All right. But you didn't care. You didn't ask me for that. Here's tonight's trivia question. I think you said that Nick was left-handed. I didn't hear that, but I heard that from Nick. Nick at night, that is. Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? And bonus, what is your dominant hand? Your choices are 60, 70, 80, or 90%. That's A, B, C, D, respectively. Back to net, ABNMO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Got that question in there. And we are going to go up to Alan for the alternate question real quick. Alan, go ahead and take it away.
AI5DAY returning with the alternate trivia question, and hopefully Sandy and Nick will get to hear this, Nickelodeon. Here is tonight's alternate trivia question. Which music artist actually had blonde hair but dyed it black, and he even used shoe polish often to touch up his hair before performances? Was it A, Elvis Presley. B, Roy Orbison. C, Alice Cooper. Or D, Bruce Spring Waldo Bean, cousin of Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right there. Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Let's go back to Sandy first. Sandy, what answers do you have for the trivia this evening?
All right, KG5SYC, back to the net. Okay, my answer, I'm going to go with 90% right-handed. Me, myself, I'm ambidextrous. I'm able to use either hand to write, do just about anything. I put my mind to it. There are times that sometimes I even prefer my left hand over my right hand. So I'm very much ambidextrous, and I can do just about anything. I put my mind to it, using either hand. With Nick being left-handed, if we're at a table and it gets to be a problem, I'll just switch hands and I'll just go left, and that makes it all good for him and me both, and so I'm easy to go that way. As far as the alternate question, I'm going to go with A for Elvis Presley, because somewhere in the back of my mind I remember years ago that he did use shoe polish to color his hair. So those are my two answers, and glad we got in there in time to at least answer the trivia. And thank you for running the net. And yeah, we got another couple weeks, and then we'll see where we're sitting at, if we can log on or not. This is KG5SYC, back to net control.
All right, Sandy, touchdown for Delta, ambidextrous, and Alpha. And before I give my answer and before I go up and start taking check-ins, I'm going to go back up to KF5ADE, Nick, and see what his answer for the alternate question is. Nick, go ahead and come back with your alternate question if you like to.
Okay, yes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my vote in for B, Roy Ors. I'm going to pronounce the guy's name wrong. Roy. At any rate, bravo. I'm going to go with him because I like the sound of him being somebody that would be a shoe polish painter hair kind of person. That's what we're going to go with, and see how far off I am. We'll have a good laugh at that nonetheless. But thanks for coming back around to save me from having to do a little bit of typing on the blue screen. And you guys have a wonderful time. We thank you so much for running the net and doing what you guys do, and just providing it for all the entertainment that we get from it. So with that, KF5AD, back to net control.
Oh, and thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody on the net, because we wouldn't have a net. It wouldn't be possible without all these awesome check-ins and all the awesome comments we get to elaborate on and talk about, because if I just hopped on here and talked for an hour and a half, it'd be an awful boring hour and a half. All right. Now, before I start taking check-ins, I know I've said that before, I am going to toss my answers out there. First, I'm going to go with Charlie for the main answer there, Andy. And I was kind of thinking that earlier, and then I maybe counted up in the answers, the number of right and left-handed. I'm like, oh, I think that might be right. That's my answer. And then for the alternate question, because nobody's done it yet, and because every time I see the Bruce Spring-Waldo bean, I keep thinking of Bruce Springsteen standing on a stage in an old cavalry officer's hat. I'm going to go with Delta for my alternate question answer. And that's me. That's the KEQKO on the WWKY repeater. I've run through my list of check-ins. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I am ready to take new check-ins. So if you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Papa Yankee, KE8, YPY, Henry, recheck. I am short time.
All right, I'll take it right there. Go ahead, Henry. Come with your short time comments.
CP, name is Tom, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. Tom, I did not get your call sign, but we have a short time check-in we're going to take first. So, KE8YPY, Henry, go ahead with your traffic.
Yeah, I checked in and out the first time, but I heard the trivia, so I wanted to say for the first one, Charlie, and then the alternate, I'll do Charlie as well. And I'm right-handed, so I thought I'd throw that out there. So this is KE1YPY. I'll send this back to net control. I'll be clear in QRT.
All right, copy that, Henry. Got you down there for Charlie being right-handed and Charlie. And then we also had to check in. I think it was from, I did not hear the call sign because I doubled with him, but looks like my net logger did, and that would be KE5NCP, Tom. We got you in there, Tom. We'll get back to you here in a moment. We are going to open up for additional check-ins. So anyone else would like to check into the Beacon Net, please go ahead and call now. All right, nothing heard there. So we'll go up to KU5NCP Tom. We'll take his traffic for the evening. Tom, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Thank you, double with us. Somebody else trying to check in there too, but I didn't get his call. Anyway, yeah, it's about 83 degrees down here in Oklahoma tonight. It's still pretty warm out. Watching for some stormers from the north in case they make it down this way. But other than that, that's about it. Just wanted to get in real quick and give my answers, and we just about got dinner ready, so I got to get off and get on to that. Anyway, for the primary answer, I'm going to go D for 90%, and I am also right-handed, so makes sense. And for the alternate, shame on Alan, but I'm going to go A and time up again or something like that. But anyway, DNA. And with that, we'll just start back to that KE5NCP 73.
W8WKY.
All right, Tom, we got you down there for Delta being right-handed at Alpha. Oh, and when I answered mine, I was right-handed there, Andy. I forgot to say it. You know, funny thing, I'm looking at the answers here. I have that privilege. I don't know if everybody, well, I know people have the option, but it's right in front of me. And I'm noticing a lot of people that say they're right-handed, they're answering D. Not everybody, but there's quite a few of them. But a lot of the people that are left-handed are not answering D. And I wonder if that's a perception thing. I don't know. Just kind of toss that out there. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, next we go down to N8ZZF Pat. How you doing tonight, Pat? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Well, good evening, everybody out there. I didn't catch which one was for 85% of the world is in that. It's actually 84%. And that, so I'm going to go with 84% is right-handed, and the rest are left-handed, and that, and 1% for ambidextrous, and that. So other than that, I'll give it back to net control. This is N8CZF in Houghton Lake, Michigan.
All right, thank you, Pat. I think we had 80 and 90%, but 84 rounds down to 80, so I think that's where we're going to put you at, unless you have any objections. And you said, I think you said you're right-handed? And then did you have an answer for our alternate question?
I didn't catch that part of the net in the beginning.
All right. Maybe Alan can reread that for us so you can get that answer out there. Alan, want to reread the alternate question?
KI5DAY back in the net. Yes, I will reread it again. This is probably like the fifth reread, I think, but that's all right. I don't mind. For the benefit of Mr. Kite, there's going to be a show tonight. Sorry, I just wanted to say that because I love the Beatles. Okay, I'm going to let this drop, and then I will reread the alternate trivia question. And here it is. Which musical artist actually had blonde hair, but he dyed it black, and even used shoe polish to touch his hair up a lot of times before performances? Was it A, Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, C, Alice Cooper, or D, Bruce Springwaldobeen? KI5DAY back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Pat, what do you have an answer for the alternate question?
Yes, I think I would go with C, Alice Cooper.
All right, thank you, sir. We got you down for Charlie, Alice Cooper. So Charlie. All right, this is KAQKO and the WWKY repeater, and I am back at the bottom of the list, and where I can take additional check-ins for the BeaconNet. So if there's anyone that would like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo 7, Louisiana State University, Tommy in Cheyenne, Wyoming, K7LSU.
All right, K7LSU. That's a call I haven't heard in a little while. All right, Tommy, what traffic do you have for us this evening? K7LSU, Tommy. We're ready for your traffic if you want to throw it out there.
Oh, are you there now? Sorry. I was saying nothing but status quo. Interesting weather here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Still haven't gotten fully summer yet, but as for the trivia, I think it's Roy Orbison. WY7.
All right, Tommy, we actually had two questions tonight. We had a primary and an alternate, and Roy Orbison was the alternate question. Did you hear the primary question by chance?
Negative. Bring it back to me.
All right, let's go ahead and have Andy read that question for us again. Andy, take it away.
Alrighty-dighty. This is AB8MO, back on the other radio. Okay, Tommy, I'll read this especially for you. Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? And a bonus, what is your dominant hand? And your choices are 60, 70, 80, or 90%. That is A, B, C, or D, respectively. Back to net, AB8MO.
K7LSU for an answer. I think that 80% dominant right hand.
All right, thank you, Tommy. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo. And we are down to around 11:15, so we've been going for a good 45 minutes. This is KAQKO, the WWKR repeater, running the Beacon Net. And before we take additional check-ins, we're going to run through with our net control stations here, because I believe one of them may be turning into a pumpkin soon. But we're going to start with KEAQWE, our pre-show master for the evening. Mike, what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, everybody. Hope everybody's had a great day. I know I have had a good one. On Friday, my wife and I head down to Marysville, Ohio. We spent a couple days there. Got home this morning and ate some lunch, and then went and played some music with the guys, and came home, and I was exhausted, and I took a nap, and that seemed to be the right thing to do because I'm still awake. So other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot. The trivia. First of all, I really don't have any clues, so I'm going to go with B, the trivia. If you notice, Roy Orbison's hair never changed. The style, the color, anything. And speaking as an old guy, as a person grows older, your hair tends to change color a little bit. So that tells me he's been putting something on his hair or he's wearing a wig. So, and I have known men, I've known a couple of them that have had the same hair for 30, 40 years. At least that's what it seems like. So I'm going to go with B&B. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8QKO. See you, folks.
All right, Mike, thanks for your answers. Glad you had a good trip with the wife. And we got you down for Bravo and Bravo. We did not get your dominant hand, though. We're guessing you don't want to tell us. But that's how it goes sometimes. Next, we'll go down to KD8EPC, the Sasquatch of Medina, Dustin. How you doing tonight, Dustin, and what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
All right, KEAQKO and the Beacon Net. Good evening from KD8EPC. Let's see, not a lot going on here. Worked a couple hours this morning. Took an afternoon nap, and then me and my buddy grilled a couple steaks on the grill. Took a ride in the Volkswagen this evening, and yeah, that's about it. So as far as the trivia goes, I'm going to go 90% for Andes, and if I told him the answer to my dominant hand, I'd have to kill him. So there you go. And for Alan, just because he's Alan, I have to go with answer D. So there you go. KD8EPC, back to net control 73, and have a great rest of the net.
All right, Dustin. Thank you, sir. We got you down. I think you said, geez, I listened, and it went one ear out the other. I think you said Bravo and Charlie. I don't know. I'm sure Andy's going to write it down. It's going to refresh my screen. And we all know that you're like a Squatch Wolf or a Squatch Wolf. So your dominant hand probably changes when you change from human to Sasquatch when you're not delivering pizzas. So that's my best guess as to why you don't want to answer. And I know he's probably not out there. He said he might fall asleep because he had a tough night last night, and he was thinking he'd fall asleep at the beginning of this one. And I haven't seen him in the blue screen. But just in case, KD8 SLG, Nick is out there. I said his name loud in case he has a radio in another room, and he wants to get with us. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
KEAQKO. This is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Nick, and all of the Beacon netizens. I'm still here, man. I'm still here, kinda. Well, let's go backwards here. We're going to start with Alan's question. Definitely D. Bruce Spring Waldo Beans. Best-selling album, of course, was Born in the ROC. That is the Republic of Cornwaldo Bean. And Alan, hi. Didn't get to type that in there tonight, so figured I'd say it on the air. And I'm going to go with 90% there being right-handed, and I am right-handed. I am being reminded constantly today how extremely right-handed I am. as my right arm is immobilized from the shoulder down and strapped across my Buddha belly with some sort of torturous Velcro device to keep me from moving it at all. So I'm having to learn how to do a whole lot of things with my left hand today that I really never gave any thought to. One of those being wiping my arse. So anyway, yeah, I'm way right-handed, I've found. So, yeah. Anyway, gonna try to get some sleep tonight. I'm thinking the drugs might help. Drugs are bad. Okay. All right there, guys. Great net tonight. Talk to y'all later. KD8SLG back to net control.
All right, Nick. Sorry to hear about your arm. Got you down for Delta. Being right-handed in Delta, it's a shame you have to learn everything with your left hand. But if you have trouble with that particular skill you're trying to learn, you could always try scooching on the carpet like a cat. So if you need to, fulfill the need in between the learning of the skill, maybe try that. Just kind of sit down on the carpet, scooch along a little bit, and you can maybe take care of that problem for whatever it's worth. And next we're going to go down to AB8MO, Andy, our trivia master this evening, and see what traffic he has for us.
All right, what happened here? I haven't heard anything in about the last 90 seconds. ABMO, is it my turn?
ABMO, KKKO, yes sir, it is your turn.
All right. Yeah, I didn't hear any of Dustin's transmission, and if you were talking after last I heard was Nick SLG, and then a very long no signal at all. So anyway, so I didn't hear Dustin's answers at all. But anyway, interesting trivia tonight. Got a lot of good answers here for Alan's, of course. I don't know. I always thought Elvis's hair looked awfully greasy, and I guess if he used shoe polish, that would explain why it had a nice shine to it. But I have to go with I don't know, Bruce Cornwaldo Steen or whatever it was. So I'll go with that. With that, I guess I'll roll into the main trivia. Let me pause for reset. Okay, here. I don't have a percentage here, but I was keeping track of everybody if I did it right here. We had 17 right-handed, 3 lefties, 2 ambidextrous, which actually really bucks that trend. But here we go. Here is the answer to tonight's main trivia question. Approximately what percentage of people are right-handed? And according to my source, right-handedness is the most common type. We figured that out just by our small study here on the net. Studies suggest that approximately 90% of people are right-handed. That means approximately 10% are left. And cross-dominance, or both, ambidextrous, is less than 1%, although I think we did a little bit better than that on the net. Men are 23% more likely to be left-handed than women. And but that's not all bad news for left-handed people. Left-handed people have an advantage in sports that involves aiming at a target in an area of an opponent's control, as their opponents are more accustomed to the right-handed majority. As a result, they are overrepresented in baseball, tennis, fencing, cricket, boxing, and mixed martial arts. So there you go. It's pretty high. I guess we got pretty close to the actual stats here on the net, except for ambidextrous. It was a little over 1%, but almost as high as the lefties, which I'm a lefty. I have, well, my mom's left-handed too. But it's funny, I cannot use a computer mouse left-handed. I learned how to use it as a right-handed. I tried it left-handed, and I can't do it. But I definitely write left-handed, and I was taught how to use scissors right-handed because they're just more prominent, of course. So there you go. From if you didn't love me for my weirdness, you can love me now because I'm extra weird. Back to net. This is AB8MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Another fine question. We appreciate it. And while we're reading answers, let's go down and find out the answer to our band question from KI5DAY. Alan, which musical artist had blonde hair?
Wow, this has been fun tonight, and yeah, I was right on the 90%. I was hoping I was right. I was thinking at the end of it probably wound up being 80, so that was a good question. I was curious about that a while back and didn't look it up ever, so that's a good one, Andy. And tonight's alternate, which music artist actually had blonde hair but dyed it black and even used shoe polish to touch up his hair before performances? Well, we had Elvis had A. He was A. He had A votes. So did Roy Orbison, B. C was Alice Cooper with 7 votes, and Bruce Spring-Waldlbein came in with 4 votes. So the actual answer was the guy who had hair that he used shoe polish in and dyed it. He used to have blondish hair. He had sandy blonde hair. Was actually Elvis Presley. So yeah, Elvis Presley did dye his hair often, and he often used black shoe polish to spruce it up. So yeah, interestingly enough, I would have thought Roy Orbison too had I not known the answer to that. So with that, hope everybody has a good time in the great net tonight. And oh, look out, here they come. The sheepskin speed, run for your life. KI5DAY, back to net.
W8WKY.
Awesome. Fantastic question, Alan. You know, I'm going to say you had that sort of hinted little Roy Orbison comment early on the blue screen. I've seen you make those comments before, and I've seen your trickery in the blue screen, and I had a feeling that wasn't it. But I was wrong on the Spring-Waldlbein, unfortunately. We win some, we lose some. That's how life goes. All right, this is K8QK on the WWKY repeater. We've gone through our comments. We've gone through our check-ins. We've gone through our trivia. We've gotten the awesome answers. And so, with that, we are going to do one more round. I say again, one and only one more round of call-outs for check-ins for the Beacon Net. So if you're out there and you want to join us and you want to get your name on our awesome list of amazing ham radio operators, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
You're joining Australia. OL. Kilo Delta 8, Quebec, Oscar, Lima. This is Keith over in Kenmore. I just turned the net on as it's ending, but
Hey, Fox Claim Victory Check. I just want to ask. I can't recall I heard the letters and all. Elvis, was that as A? Was Elvis the A one? That I was one. Okay, Seth QV.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. Mark, if you're going to check in and recheck, just recheck. We don't want to hear that. We had a pile up, and I need to take care of that before we can really recheck. I had, I think, 3 stations in there. So my net longer got 2 of them, and I think there was a third one in there that tried to check in
well, no, there's actually, he got two. He got one I missed. I have one he missed. And then we had Robert in there. So I'm going to go through the list of what I've got and where I've got them. And then I'm going to break before I handle the rechecks and see if anybody else was trying to check in that we missed. So first, I had VK3HJQ John. Then I have KD8QOL, and I did not get a name for that one. And then I had VK2DY Robert. So if anyone tried to check in, that was not a first time. There was a first time check in tonight for the net. Please come back with your call sign.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha Tango Alpha KJ 5 ATA Texas. My name is Guy.
All right, I have ATA Guy. Okay. Again now. VK3HJQ John, VK2QY Robert, KD8QOL and KJ5ATA Guy. Are there any other first-time check-ins for the evening that want to check in with the Beacon Net? All right, nothing heard there. That also means we have one recheck from K8FQD Mark, and we got Mark. The net logger list I have on the screen is my paper copy because it's easier to look at the computer monitor. And we're going to start with VK3HJQ. How you doing tonight, John? What traffic do you have for this? Thank you.
Yeah, from VK3HJQ here. Dropping out as a repeater there, net control. You maybe need to pedal a bit harder. Anyway, it was an afternoon, 1:32 p.m., just having a hamburger with the lot for lunch, finished doing the lawns, and what a beautiful day outside. What's the current temperature? 14 or 15 degrees, maybe 14 degrees C, so not that warm, but beautiful sunny day. And didn't you know they only make amateur radio microphones right-handed, so left-handed you've got to you've got to twist around from the other side to use it. Oh boy. Righto, back to net. Enough of my mucking around. VK3HJQ.
All right, John. Thanks for getting in with us there. Appreciate it. And all that way from Australia. It's a long trip. I appreciate the comments. Next, we go down to VK2DY Robert. How you doing tonight, Robert? And what traffic do you have for that this evening?
Good afternoon. This is Robert, VK2DY. Trying to use hands-free here as I'm driving, but it's 17 degrees Celsius here, which is a little over the job, about 63 Fahrenheit, I think, something like that. Sun is shining, but it's mostly cloudy. Not much else to share. I did some, keep saying this on every single net, but last we did some whale watching. The whales here in Outback Wales they go from the South Ocean to the Coral Sea, and they go right by Sydney, and so they have all these cruises to watch the whales, and I finally participated in one. I was out watching the whales. They're magnificent animals. I don't know why I waited this long to do this, but anyway, it was a fun experience. VK2DY.
All right. Thank you, Robert. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun going whale watching down there. Sounds like it'd be pretty awesome. Thanks for the comments. And next we go down to KD8QOL, Keith. How you doing tonight, Keith? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
thank you very much for coming back to me. I know that I got into a collision there, and it's probably hard to hear me, but I really don't have anything to add other than that. I just wanted to check in and add some numbers. But like I said, I do appreciate you coming back to me. So with that, I'll say 73 to everyone out here on this fine net, and I'll turn it back to the control. KDHQOL.
All right, thank you, Keith. Keith, you were a little staticky, but mostly quiet. Maybe increase the gain or adjust your mic to get in a little bit better. That was probably the hardest of it, was the quietness. But it's good to hear you out there, and you're always welcome to check in with us again. We appreciate the check-in. And next we go down to KG5ATA Guy. How are you doing tonight, Guy? And what traffic do you have for the net this evening?
Yeah, net control. This is KJ5ATA. My name's Guy, Central Texas. Incredibly hot and incredibly dry here. It's like we need rain really, really bad. Like it's desert almost, and we've been told that we got to cut back on our water for our plants, and I'm afraid they might start to wither and die. But this is the way it is in Texas, and so you ought to come down and have some heat and barbecue whenever you want to. Anyway, yeah, this is KJ5ATA, back to net.
All right. Thank you, Guy. Yeah, kind of sometimes especially this weekend, I wish I could have sent you some of our rain, but it doesn't really work that way. UPS won't ship it. I've thought about trying, but they just won't take it. Anyway, appreciate your comments. Thanks for getting with us. And next we're on to our recheck of K8FQV Mark. Go with your recheck there, Mark.
W8WKY.
Yeah, KCFP. I think A was Elvis. I think that A equaled Elvis, I believe. That's all I wanted to check on. And a good group tonight. Hey, you ran this net an hour and a half again. Some of the weeks these nets are running an hour and a half now. So, yeah, and we got predators on the roll for animals. Yeah, they want anything they can get, I think. Chickens, whatever they can find, these predators. You're the man. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Yeah, Mark, the main question was Delta, 90%, and the alternate question was Alpha, Elvis Presley. So I think that's what you were getting there, but I'm not 100%. Those are the answers to the trivia questions. And thanks for getting back to us. All right, that's it for the Beacon Net tonight. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8 QWE, KD8 EPC, KD8 SLG, and AB8 MO. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WWKY-R. You're welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m., the ungodly hour of 7 a.m., except for we all like to sleep in on Sundays. Also, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time. 73 all.
88 EPC, KD2HCE.
EPC, go ahead.
50 watts on the GP9. Might have a little bit of static on it. 50 watts on the beam. Shouldn't have any static on it. You have a little bit on you.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. It seems like maybe it gets a little warm and then it starts having problems. I don't know, because everything was fine, and then towards the end there, everybody just got kind of noisy that was coming in on RF.
Gut feeling, input has a problem. Like the antenna has a bad connection, like if it has a separate input antenna, or whether it's the duplexer, something's on the input that's flaky, not the output. The output's fine. Anyone coming in on anywhere comes out, you know, Allstar comes through perfectly quiet. And anyone who has a strong enough signal into the repeater, like what I'm doing right now, I got a really strong signal into it, it probably won't be noisy. But again, if I go, hold on, if I go on the GP9, which doesn't have the gain, it may have a little bit in the background. But then with the gain of the beam, it should be nothing at that point. There should be no noise whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't get any trace of noise on either one of those, so I don't really know what's going on, but maybe I'll have to listen more and see if I hear it more and bring it up to somebody. It could be conditions too. It is smoky again, so we may be getting distant repeaters that are interfering on the input too. So hard to tell, really.
Okay, 1 watt on the GP9. I normally have just a hair of static on it. Let me give it 5 watts. There's 5 watts on the GP9. I shouldn't have any static under normal conditions on this antenna with this much power. And this antenna, now that it's moved on the roof, is taller, so it should be even better at 5 watts.
Yeah, you were sounding just fine there, so I'm not sure what's going on, but anyway, I hate to cut it short. I've got to get myself down the hall here. My teeth are just floating, so I'm going to say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch up there soon. KD8EPC will be clear on your final.
7.3, and a GP9 would look kind of funny on a Beetle, a VW Beetle. 7.3, we'll catch you soon. It's going to rain tomorrow, but we'll catch you after that. KD2HCE clear.
W8WKY.